Hey, Solid Source. We are with Jeff Henderson today. Jeff, we are so excited to have you back.
So good to be here, Michelle.
Very different Agent Appreciation
Yes,
Day
it
set
has
up this
been.
year.
We miss y'all in person, so I'm
We're
believing in 2021.
Yes, but just thank you for accommodating our 2020 Agent Appreciation Day. We were so excited to have you last year. Wow. Everyone loved your talk on four and just how to be for people in tangible ways. And I just love what you're going to be talking about this year, Jeff.
Well, I love this team. I love you all, and what you're doing is really, really significant. I know it's been a challenging year for all of us, but as we said, 2021 is going to be a better year, right?
Yes, it is going to be a better year. And y'all, I have to brag on Jeff, even though he hates when I do this, but Jeff Henderson in 2019 was one of the top 20 speakers named in Forbes magazine, not to miss. So Jeff, we cannot wait to hear how you are going to discuss how our agents can be for your clients.
Great. Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you, Jeff.
Hey, Solid Source, it's Jeff Henderson, and I was so honored to be with you last year for Agent Appreciation Day, and I'm also honored to be with you virtually, although I'm believing next year, 2021, we're going to be in person together. Between now and then, what I'd like to do is I'd like to kind of recap real briefly what we talked about last year at Agent Appreciation Day, and that'll help set me up for what I want to give you this year. Now, if you remember, Michelle was so gracious to give you a copy of my book, Know What You're For. And the reason that book I think is really important as a helpful tool for you is it really talked about two questions that I began to observe working for thriving, growing organizations. And I think these questions, once we answer them and process through them, can help grow our business, but also help grow our personal life. If you remember, the two questions were simply this: what do you want to be known for? What do you want your business to be known for? What do you want your personal relationships to be known for? When people talk about you, what do you want to be known for? And then the second question was one of the kind of the more pesky question, if you will, because it wasn't our question to answer. That question is, what are you known for? So it's one thing to say, I want to be known as the best real estate agent in Atlanta. That's awesome. But for me to get an accurate description of that and understanding of that, you know who I have to go talk to? I have to go to talk to the people that you serve and ask them, what is she known for? What are we known for? And here's the power of those two questions. And let's look at it from a business standpoint. When a business clarifies what they want to be known for, this their unique vision, their unique niche, that's awesome. But when what you want to be known for is what you're known for, then you create the most powerful form of advertising there is. It's positive word of mouth advertising. People refer your business and refer you because they've experienced your unique vision of what you want to be known for. So we talked all about that last year. Now, this year, what I'd like to do is to give you one very powerful tool that can help you close the gap between those two questions. Because let's be honest about you and me. I'll just pick on me, all right? If I were to tell you, here's what I want to be known for, you have to go to the people in my life and say, hey, is Jeff really, is he living up what he wants to be known for? And there's a gap in my life right now. There's a gap in my relationships. There's a gap in my business because you know what? Like you, I'm not perfect. But every single day, I have an opportunity to close the gap. And today, I want to give you one very powerful tool that can help you close the gap between what you want to be known for and what you are known for. To do that, I want to take you back many, many years ago when I was in the 7th grade. When I was in the 7th grade, I wrote a book report on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And the teacher called me up front. I didn't know if I was in trouble or not. And she said, Jeff, this is so good. I want you to read this paper out loud. And so, so I came up. She handed me the paper. I'll never forget this. In fact, I can see this in my mind's eye right now. She hands me the paper and she says these words. And I don't think she said it so all the class could hear it. But she said, Jeff, you're a great writer. All right. Now, I don't know how old 7th graders are. I'm not good at math. But the 7th grade, Jeff, never forgot that. And the reason I say that is because the 55-year-old Jeff, and I know what you're thinking, you're 55? Yes. The 55-year-old Jeff remembers that as if it was yesterday. And here's what happened in that moment. And I don't think my English teacher probably understood that. What she did, she figuratively took a microphone and spoke words over my life that I have never forgotten. In fact, the book that Michelle so generously gave you for free last year, when I was writing that book and thinking, oh, can I do this? Can I write this book? Those words came back to me all those years ago. So what happened is my English teacher spoke words that amplified over my life. Now, why do I tell you that story? Well, here's why I tell you that story. See, I've got a microphone right here. What if we, in every single day of our lives, if we pretended that we carried one of these microphones around with us and we spoke words over the people in our lives? Maybe the people that we do business with, maybe your clients, maybe your relationships, maybe coworkers or colleagues, however that works. And your words, what if we actually understood how weighty our words are? What if we just pretended to carry a microphone around with us? Well, whether we carry one around or not, here's the truth for all of us. You do carry a microphone around with you, and you do speak words. And come on, you know this, and I'll pick on me again. I'm picking on me a lot this year at Agent Appreciation Day. There have been times in my life where I've been careless with my words, and that's true for all of us. But when I understand that every single day I put on one of these, figuratively, and I have an opportunity to speak words over the life of my daughter, I have the opportunity to speak words over the life of my son, I have opportunities to speak words over the life of my wife and my friends and you, it is a stewardship responsibility. So I want to give you, helping you understand that, I want to give you a couple of tools that will help you use your words maybe a little bit better in the year ahead. And the reason this is important is when you use your words wisely, it shrinks the gap between what you want to be known for and what you are known for. To do that, here's one of the things I want to help remind you of, and you know this, right? Because this is one of the core things about Solid Source that I've experienced. But one of the things that you've got, one of the values that you have to have if you're going to leverage the microphone that you've been given is the value of empathy. Empathy. So that when you walk into a client meeting, when you walk into, you're showing a home, when you're walking into that, it's easy for you and me to think about how am I going to do? It's easy for us to think about how am I going to do in this particular presentation or this particular home showing. But when I put myself on the other side of the person, when I put myself in their shoes, it creates empathy in my heart. Here's what I tell. I've been coaching presenters and communicators for years now. Here's what I tell them. The goal is not to impress the audience. The goal is to help the audience. The goal is not to sit up there and try to get everybody to like me and to be so impressed with me. No, the goal for them immediately is to think, he really genuinely cares for me. So your words, those empathetic words, are really questions. Questions such as, how are you doing? How are things going? Tell me a little bit more about you. And I know you already do this. I know you're trying to build connection early on with your clients. Totally understand that. But in a presentation, if you will, when I coach presenters, what I tell them is the first 5 minutes of interaction, that's gold. Those are gold moments. But in those moments, it's not about you. It's about them. So in your interaction with your clients, make sure that you have an empathetic word for them and ask them questions. But at the end of the day, you're stepping into this conversation to say, you know what? I'm not here to impress them. Early on, I'm not even here to sell them. I am here to help them. And when you have that posture, they begin to pick up on that, because here's what people are asking in our interactions with one another. And let me just take it from a presenter standpoint. You know this. You've gone to an environment like Solid Source Agent Appreciation Day. You've had a speaker stand up. And one of the questions you're asking is, do I like her? Do I like him? And what ultimately that question is saying is this: can I trust her? Can I trust him? And your words, as you carry this microphone into these conversations and relationships, these words on the other side of you give a sense, if you genuinely care for the other person, when they feel that and when they feel the questions, and you're as good of a listener, maybe even a better listener than a talker, that's a huge thing. Here's what we forget about communication. We think communication is me speaking words. That's one part of communication. But maybe the most important part of communication is listening. Great communicators, great people who connect with people, they're great listeners. Do you know one of the best ways to use your words is to not use so many? And in those moments when you listen, when you repeat back to them and you pick up on what's going on in their lives, it is a game changer. That's why, as a great way to use your words, be a great listener and think what's going on in their lives. Last year, I told you that the more personable you are, the more remarkable you will be. Another former Agent Appreciation Day, David Salyers, wrote a great book called Remarkable. And one of the ways that you can be a great communicator and a great person with your words is to listen. And if you pick up on something that's going on in their lives, and then you send them a gift, you surprise them. I mean, Michelle Velchek is the master of this, right? But I'm telling you, listening is a great form of communication. So let me kind of wrap up kind of what we're talking about. You literally, and sometimes literally, but figuratively have a microphone and you carry it around in the conversations and the relationships with your life. And one of the best ways to shrink the gap between what you want to be known for and what you are known for is to use your words in a powerful way. One of the ways you do that is to be more empathetic for people, to understand what they're going through, to put yourself in their shoes. And when you do that, you're going to become a better listener. And when you become a better listener of people, you become a better communicator to people. And you're not here to impress them. You are here to help them. And in that moment, you become a very, very generous person. You become a trustworthy person. And when people experience your trust, they will give you their business. When people experience your trust, they will give you their business. And sometimes it doesn't happen immediately, right? Sometimes it may take a little while. But for me and for you and for this amazing organization, what we've decided to do is we'd rather have a trustworthy relationship than your business. So let's think about 2021. Let's think about Agent Appreciation Day 2021. I know that we're all excited about 2021, but let's think about when we get there. And we will get there. There are going to be a lot of opportunities that you're going to have a microphone, figuratively speaking, and you're going to speak over the lives of the people that are in your life, whether it's a client relationship, whether it's a personal relationship, whether it's a work or leadership relationship. Between now and then, let's close the gap between what we want to be known for and what we are known for by how we use our words. Let's let people really understand that we are empathetic toward them and we are genuinely for them. Let's be great communicators by being great listeners. And as we listen, let's take clues about how we can encourage and serve them better. You know, I love the old adage that says there's an international sign that you can use or whether someone needs to be encouraged. And the international sign that you can use if a client needs to be encouraged is if they are breathing. And if they are breathing, they need to be encouraged. And that's why your words mean so much. So between now and then, every time you go into a meeting, every time you go into a showing, every time you're closing a deal, let's understand that I am figuratively walking in with a microphone on and let my words amplify over them. And here's what I believe. I really do believe this can happen. Because who knew that a 7th grade English teacher could still impact me all these many years later? I believe because of how you're going to use your words over the next several months when we get back together at Agent Appreciation Day 2021. I think people many years from now are going to talk about what a difference you made, not only as a business person, but as a human being. That's the difference of Solid Source. You're not just business people. You're really good people. And doing good is good for business. And one of the ways you do good is to speak good over people. So let's do that this year. And then when we get together in the fall of next year, I'm going to be standing out in the hallway, getting some coffee, eating lunch, and I want you to come up to me and tell me some of the memories that you have as you used your words and spoke life over people and to show them that you are genuinely for them. Can't wait to hear your stories, and I'll see you next year.